And welcome everyone to Sunshine Footy's Q&A Coach's Corner. We've been away for a week. We had some refurbs. As you can see in the background, I'm getting no more shit about what I have on the wall. We are now seriously in Queensland, as you can see the walls. Or as we're classifying it, welcome to Sunshine Footy's Tony Montana Merc Showroom. And for all your movie buffs out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anywho, on with the show, and we are up in Townsville this week, speaking with the head coach of the Curra Swans and one of his gun recruits from Tasmania, Ty Auton. And so I'll bring them both in a sec, but a bit of background. Jamie moved up from Tasmania himself back in '94. Has been stationed there for some time working with the Army. Has been playing footy and coaching since that time, and coached at Hermit Park as well as Twin City Lions. Been coaching for 15 years. Got his level 2 in the AFL coaching criteria, and won a number of premierships and took over the Curra Swans last year, and in his first year won a premiership. So has some really good background and some really good form going into this year. And he's recruited Ty Auton up from Ulsterstone. What am I saying? Ulsterstone. Oh, easy for me to say. And he represented Tasmania, and you're going to have to fix me up on that one, Ty. I've already done a disservice to your club, apologies. But he represented Tasmania in his juniors and now been recruited up to the Curra Swans. So I'll bring them in now, and I'll start with you, Ty, as far as the transition from moving up from Tassie. How was that? I mean, it's a big move. How old are you, mate? By the way, how old are you? 21? You might have to pull that camera in a bit closer. I can't hear. And so what was the transition for you and how was that move? Was a big move, and was there accommodation? Did the guys organise you a job and all that sort of stuff? How was that?
It was a lot easier than I expected and happened a lot quicker than what I thought. I got in contact with Foggy, and I was up here within 3, possibly 4 weeks. I had multiple job offers and multiple places to live, so she was actually pretty easy.
Oh, man, that's awesome. And what made you make that transition? I mean, obviously the lifestyle of playing footy during summer, winter, and playing in conditions that are similar to summer down in Tassie. What made you actually pull up stumps and head up to play with Foggy and the Swans?
I've known Foggy for a little bit now, so he said to me, and he can find me a place to live, job, so I want to have a bit of a sea change and make the move. Yeah, nice. Oh, that's good, mate. And so what sort of job you got? Carpenter.
Oh, right, so you walked into some work. Apprentice carpenter. Yeah, nice. And so you've been up there for a couple of weeks, or? Yeah,
I would have been up here now for 4 or 5 weeks, I reckon.
Yeah. And how are you finding the team and the lifestyle? How's that going?
It's been great. I did train at a couple other clubs in Tassie, and these blokes up here have been real welcoming, and real easy to find mates up here, so that's been good.
Yeah, man, that's great. And have you picked up a nickname yet? Have they given you a nickname?
Muzz might have mucked up my name, and then that sort of stuck. I've ended up with Todd.
Well, mate, I think they might have to reset. Because I don't know if you've ever heard of a show called Caddyshack, but there was a famous golfer in there called Ty Webb. I know it's well before your time, mate, but I've got a photo up of him there. Movie buffs will agree with me. He's one of the great golfers of all time. So your new nickname may be Webby, but I'll let you boys. Webby, Ty Webb. Yeah, you'll have to dig that one out when you're struggling for a movie one night. It's called Caddyshack. Anyway, I tried my best on that one. We'll move on.
Did he take that?
Yeah. Okay, so back to you, Jamie. Just some questions now around footy, of course. How has, you had a great first season, of course, coaching premiership on your first crack at it. I mean, that's huge. I mean, what sort of, culture, what sort of values did you put into the team last year, and how's that sitting for this year to go back to back, I suppose?
Yeah, look, I obviously come here, and the club had been a bit of a drought for probably 20 years since the last grand final they played in. So we just went back to basics, and we really spoke about being brilliant at the basics. The 20, 30-metre kicks and 5, 10-metre handball, just really concentrating on that. Our fitness was our key focus as well, and just probably going back with a simple game plan that we all knew what sort of terms we were on. A few of the boys came up with we went back with a hashtag, and our season last year was earned, not given. So everything we were going to get throughout the earn it. Nothing was going to be given to us. Nothing's on a plate. You've got to earn everything these days.
Yep. And just we might as well pump up your tyres. How did the grand final go? And did you guys do it easy last year and winning the granny, or?
No, actually, it was the closest game we'd been in all year. We had a really good season. COVID affected. Luckily for us, Townsville football and Queensland, we were able to get a season, 10 rounds plus finals. We went through the season defeated. However, the grand final was only a couple of kicks in it in the end. It just proves the old adage, come grand final, you got to turn up.
Yeah, 100%. Well, hopefully you can go back to back, of course. Now, as far as, work up in Townsville, that's, the number one question we receive from players and parents and so on. So is there much work up there? I mean, is it across the trades or at hospitality? What's the go in Townsville as we speak?
Yeah, look, there is a lot more work if people are willing to, put themselves out there. There's definitely a lot of trades work, bar, hospitality sort of stuff, outdoor stuff, landscaping, gardening, that sort of stuff, mowing. A lot of people don't like in 30-odd degree heat. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of work up here in those avenues if you're looking for it. And I joined just a Townsville Facebook Job Central and just jumped on there and, helped find Ty a job just through the Facebook community. So, it just shows that if or people within the club, we've had another bloke that's interested, previously, and he was into horses of all things. So, in that sort of training with horses or working with horses. So it's just a combination of, social media these days. And this is where you guys obviously have a platform, and obviously people around the club, if you know people, and people can link you in with other people, sponsors or friends of friends, family. So there's definitely work up here, and we're open to finding anyone a job if they're willing to come up and play football in 25-degree temperatures all year round, mate.
Yeah, that's right. And so, the conversations we've had over the past couple of weeks is that obviously there's no backpackers, so there's ample work up there. It's just a matter of taking the blinkers off, isn't it? And the standard of footy is quite high.
Yeah, I think it is. And having spoken to Ty, who's been here training for a bit, he acknowledges that it's a decent level. It's probably a little bit better than what he expected. He's come from one of the top levels in Tassie, so the skills are here, and I think football in Townsville is only going to grow. AFL Queensland's opened it up to a 6-team now in the comp. We've had 5 senior teams for the last few years, and they've allowed a team in with the reserves team only this year. Potentially growing to the 6-team comp in a few years' time. So football, it's the biggest city north of Brisbane, 250,000 people. We've only got 5 senior clubs at the moment, so there's definitely a lot of options, positions for people if they're willing to make the move.
And I've said it a few times over the last couple of weeks, but if there was no Queensland, there wouldn't have been a season last year. So the AFL has invested heavily in infrastructure right the way through, Rockhampton, Townsville, all the way through Cairns and Port Douglas. So as far as playing conditions, that's another one we always get. Through winter, what's it like? And is there night games at all, or how's the season look as far as the fixture?
Yeah, predominantly day games at the moment, but we do have one stadium that's got lights. But I think the AFL and Townsville City Council are looking to upgrade those lights in the near future. And we might have games normally day games, the 3 o'clock kickoff. So during winter, that's only, somewhere between 25, 26 degrees. There's not a lot of difference, but you won't play in the rain. It is a little bit humid during the pre-season, but once you get into the season itself, it's fantastic conditions to play football in. I've played in Victoria, Tasmania, down in Brisbane, and playing football up here in North Queensland, you can't get better conditions.
Yeah. And as far as the season kicking off, is that after Easter, or how's that? When's the season kicking off?
April 10 is round 1. So we've locked in round 1, and I think our round 3, we're looking at an Anzac game with our traditional rivals. So, we're in the mix now.
Cool.
Designing a Anzac jumper, which Townsville is it is the biggest garrison city for defence first personnel in Australia. So we've got a lineage here, and a lot of blokes are from the army and transitioned through the club. So we're looking to do that, and that's going to be one of our big games this year. Is our traditional Anzac Day clash, which will be on the 24th.
Yeah, nice.
First time the club has actually done an Anzac jumper too, so that should be tremendous.
Yeah, that is awesome. And just in the background there, the guys are warming up for training after our call tonight, I suppose. Can you pan around and give us a bit of a look?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, boys, just warming up here, just getting ready to training. The girls down in the bottom pocket there, so we got 30 odd on the track tonight. Still a few blokes away, but yeah, look, we're definitely looking for players.
Yeah, nice. And what's that mountain or in the background?
Yeah, that's Mount Stewart up there. Yep.
Yeah.
Decent. Get up the top of that, but you can drive up there. It's a tremendous view from up there, looking over the city, and then obviously
nice.
back down towards the water. We've got Castle Hill where you can drive up there, and it's a walking track and exercise tracks. It's great sort of outdoor recreation activities up here in North Queensland. Yeah,
nice. And so, what's your playing list like as well? So, did you manage to retain a lot of the guys from the grand final last year, or have you picked up any new ones? Are you looking for new players? What's the GO there?
Yeah, look, we've had a few military guys transition sort of out of Townsville down south.
Oh, yeah.
With success, obviously, other clubs look to target some of your players as well. So, yeah, look, probably 6 or 7 players from our premiership team, but we've probably gained maybe 10 or 12. And in honesty, we haven't seen them guys on a training, other than a training track. So, a couple of practice matches in the next few weeks, hopefully, and we'll identify how many of those guys are got in round 1. But yeah, it's definitely some competition for positions, which is sensational. But we're definitely looking for.
Yeah, indeed.
We're probably a little bit lacking in the height. So if there's any, ruckman there to come up north, we have to run around the wet, boggy conditions. It'd be great for have a ruckman, maybe a key backman. But yeah, anyone who's just looking to come up here, women, families. We're open to everyone. It's a family club, and we want to make sure that we keep that at our forefront. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing for me is about people enjoying our game.
Yeah, 100%, Foggy. And look, if anyone's watching now and wants to speak to Foggy and join in potentially a back-to-back, register with us at sunshinefooty.com. Indicate to us that you're keen to get up there, and we'll introduce you to Foggy. The process is pretty straightforward for anyone who hasn't heard before. The most important thing for Foggy when he looks to recruit players is not only the player's skill set and competencies, but also what that player does for a job. So you don't just turn up there and they give you, a golden ticket. We require a resume, what you want to do with yourself, and fill out all that information. So then Foggy's got a good understanding of what sort of individual you are and how you're going to fit into the club. But more importantly, your resume then can line up a job. Foggy can go to the committee, go to the sponsors, and line you up a job. So again, thanks for your time again, Jamie, and thanks Ty Webb.
Yeah, Webby's out there training, mate. Yeah, they're all. I'll make sure I mention his new nickname tonight, and we'll see if we can make that one stick, mate.
The problem is, Foggy, none of the boys probably know Caddyshack. They probably know Happy Gilmore.
Well, that's what
they might know Caddyshack.
I said to me, I guess, I've never heard of the movie. I said, oh, well, you're only 21.
Ty Webb is an absolute champion, Chevy Chase. Anyway, we're digressing. Thanks again for your time. Foggy and I'll catch up with you, in the next couple of weeks. And again, good luck for the season, and we'll check in throughout the season as well.
Perfect. Thanks, Ben.
No worries, mate. See ya. Have a good one. So, all right, there we go. Jamie Fogg up at the Curra Swans with Ty Webb. Beautiful conditions, as you can see in the background there. They've got ample work. There's no excuse if you're watching this video and you are procrastinating about what am I going to do? Is it going to be COVID again? Am I going to lose my season again? Just take the blinkers off. We mention it all the time. Take it off, because you won't forget it. You won't regret it. And worst case, you get up there, you don't like it, go home. But if you don't go, you'll never know. And that's our motto here at Sunshine Footy. Guys, take the blinkers off, get up there, have a crack. Worst case, you got to fly home. That's the way it works. Righto. Next week, we'll be on the same time on Tuesday. I'm just confirming the club. If you've got any questions, fire them through. But you know where to reach us, here or on the Facebook, or you've got my phone number. It's all there. Get in contact, register with us, and we'll help you out. Okay, have a good one. Oh, I forgot my sign-off. All right, I'll get another one next week. No, I'll use one from Caddyshack. I like you, Danny. Will you be my friend? I should use the Ty Webb one. Shit.